Hey guys, welcome to What If Deku was Isakai'd into Kekkai sensen. Now, to explain how this will start, I will start with Izuku Midori having already trained his body quite a bit, so it cuts down on 6 months of training, making it until the end of the second month when he receives One for All. I am skipping quite a bit, but I know, but most things go as in canon, so I don't see the point in going over them. So yeah, let's get into it. After receiving One for All Might tells Izuku, now, young Midoriya, I will. It may take a few hours for One for All to kick in. So, well, 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 I give you a. So why don't I give you a general idea how to control it? And he gives him the same egg in the microwave metaphor as in canon, the dumb one. That was really horrible advice. But but anyway, after a couple hours, All Might says, "All right, it should be about it should be ready about now. So how about we test it out? Oh, but make sure you don't go full force and start it out at a low percentage." Izuku nods, saying, "Sure thing, All Might." Izuku starts to charge up One for All on his arm when he is when when he sees the area covered in a thick fog, with Izuku saying, "Wait, what? I don't remember hearing anything about fog rolling in today." He suddenly hears All Might yelling, "Yamadaya!" With Deku coming back to his senses, realizing he's being sucked into the fog, with Izuku yelling, "All Might, help!" My voice there. Izuku then loses his footing and gets pulled in with All Might jumping to get him. But by the time he got there, the fog cleared, and Izuku was nowhere to be seen. With All Might saying, "Door, no!" Meanwhile, two men were driving a car in around in an area with floating buildings. As the bulkier one said, with red hair, says, "Stop the car." He then gets out to see a woman crushed under rubble, with an infant crying in front of her body. The man picks up the baby and says, "There's no need to cause any casualties because we were being reckless." With the black haired man saying, "Yeah, you're right." Then he looks around saying, "Hey, wait, is that another kid?" The man runs to the young boy and shakes him, saying, "Hey, kid, you alright?" The boy starts to wake up, saying, "Huh? Where am I?" His eyes then shot open, saying, "Who are you people? Where's All Might?" And then he sees the floating buildings and yells, "Wait, what is this?" The black haired man then says, "Whoa, kid, take it easy. First of all, my name is Steven Starface. And this is." Steven is then interrupted by the red haired man saying, "I am Klaus von Reinhardt. The pleasure to meet you. Your name?" The boy then calms down, saying, "My name is Izuku Midoriya. And if you don't mind me asking, where are we?" Klaus then, sa- Klaus then says, "Well, believe it or not, this is what remains of New York City." Izuku's eyes widen and say, "Wait, New York? How did I get here? I was in Japan. And what even happened here? Where are the heroes?" Steven then puts his hand over Izuku's mouth, saying, "Hey, kid, I'm sure you're confused, but there's a baby here, so keep your voice down." Izuku then Izuku looks down and says and nods, with Steven removing his hand. As Izuku says, "So, what is happening? Do you have anywhere we can take shelter from all of this?" Klaus nods, saying and says, "We're heading toward the hospital now. Would you like to come?" Izuku nods, and they all get in the car and drive to the hospital, with two men with guns saying, "Hey, you better leave now. No outsiders." Klaus then says, "We mean no harm. We have an infant in need." The men then put their guns down and let them inside, with a man saying, "Now I don't remember admitting you three into my service." Klaus then bows, saying, "That's because we are not patients. We're here seeking shelter for these two. Sorry to disturb you, Doctor." "Oh no, oh please, it's no trouble. It's no trouble at all." The man looks to the side, seeing a girl with black hair, and says, "Luc- Luciana, stop sleeping and get to work. The girl then wakes up saying, "Oh, sorry, doctor. Here, I'll take the baby." Klaus then says, "Thank you very much." With, with, and then they hear a crash outside with guns firing, with Steven saying, well, that's our cue, Klaus." Klaus then nods, and they both start hanging out, with Izuku following, and Klaus saying, "You stay here." Izuku says, "But I can help." Klaus looks at Izuku and says, "Look, you've got a brave heart, but you will be safer here, all right?" Izuku then looks down, thinking, I know he's right, but Klaus then walks away, with Izuku standing still. Outside the hospital, Klaus and Steven see a pale man, a man with pale skin, red eyes, and yellow hair, holding out a leash to a monster, resembling that of a dog in their owner. With Steven pulling out a mirror and seeing no reflection of the man, saying, "No doubt, that's a blood breed." The, the man then looks at the two, saying, "Oh, so you two are Fang hunters, eh? Well, what are you going to do?" Clausen calms down, uh, stands down, saying, "First, a question: who caused all of this? Who or what caused all this?" The man says, "Oh, you mean the fog? Well, nothing really. It was only a matter of time. We were always here, but could never do anything up until now. Now, I can feast on all the humans I want." Clausen gets into a fighting stance along with Steven, and as he says, "Well then, I guess a peaceful resolution is an option here. An option then. Prepare to face my brain grid blood battle technique." As he pulls out cross-shaped knuckles, with sorry, with Steven saying, "And my blood freeze technique." The blood breed just then laughs, saying, "Oh, I'm so frightened." That he lets that he lets go of the leash and saying, "I might just let my dog go feast for himself." The quote unquote dog then dashes past the two as they look at it, with the blood breed dashing at them at high speeds, with spider like arms, saying, "Now don't take your eyes off me." He then starts attacking the two, with them blocking at it as Steven says, "Blood freeze technique. Spear of absolute zero." Steven then throws the spear sorry, at the blood breed, freezing its arm and then shattering it, with Steven saying, "Klaus, what will we do about that thing that passed us?" Klaus then says, "We'll have to deal that later. For now." Klaus is then cut off by the creature flying out the door in pieces, as they all look to see Izuku running to them with a broken arm, saying, "I can fight too." The three stare at Izuku in shock, as the blood breed says, "How dare you do that to my pet?" He was about to strike Izuku, but Klaus jumps in the way, saying, "Bring great blood battle technique, form 117, unbreakable cross shield." With that, a cross forms in front of them, with a glow engulfing them all. Suddenly engulfing them all. That wouldn't come from the cross. Then Izuku, Klaus, and Steven wake up in the middle of what is now known as Hell Salem's Lot. Now, from this point, Izuku will train for 3 years, joining Libra, an underground organization led by Klaus, to keep that keeps the balance in Hell Salem's Lot. Which the hospital still disappears as in canon, but not under the same conditions as in canon, because the dog didn't get to feast. Originally, the dog got passed with a and infected the patients with its spores, and it caused some problem. I don't know the exact thing. I need to look that up again. But anyway, yeah, the hospital still disappears as in canon, but yeah, not under the same conditions. Um, and he did explain, And Izuku did explain where he came from to Klaus and Steven, with them all concluding that Izuku came from another world because the two of them never heard of All Might or quirks or anything like what Izuku was describing. I mean, they know Japan, but like the concept, some of the concepts Izuku's saying isn't familiar to them at all. So yeah, now 3 years will pass with Izuku will have full cowling and definitely be more built than so he can control. I'd say 45% with no injury, 50% with a bit of muscle strain. He also had unlocked Black Whip and maybe Float. So yeah, that is it for this introduction to this What If, involving one of my favorite animes ever. And and the next part will start with a new perspective, with a perspective change. So anyway, if you enjoyed this part, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And actually, I should probably say first, this What If will focus around like the original main character of Kekkai Sensen's point of view, along with Izuku's a bit. It'll also definitely delve into more. And I told you this What If would be more crude because it talks about like gangs and many. Uh, it's especially one character specifically, and like there's bars, getting drunk, all that. Yeah, it's gonna be definitely more crude. So I probably gonna recommend this as a 18, maybe 16 plus if you guys just want that. Or I say curses all the time, but so I guess not too much of an issue. But I could just label out some of the things that I'm not mentioning usually. But anyway, whatever. So this is gonna be so for now. Izuku's gonna be going through season one of Kekkai Sensen. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm probably gonna skip maybe one episode at max because one is complete filler, and it's mostly getting focused on Leonardo than anything Izuku would do. So whatever. So yeah. From this point, Izuku will. Yeah, I already covered all that. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this part, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.